The MLB offseason is officially in full swing, and Juan Soto is the apple of the entire league's eyes. Well, we have some news that the Philadelphia Phillies will officially be landing a meeting with the current Yankees superstar and get themselves in the mix for hopefully what will be the biggest domino to fall this offseason. So we're going to break down what the legitimacy of this is, what has changed since last time we've spoken about Soto, and everything else going on across the league. So, Luke, I'll throw it to you right away here that we did get this report from John Heyman originally that there will be a meeting between the Phillies and Juan Soto. To me, you got to get in the room. You got to have a chance, and I'm happy that they're at least having the conversation. Your thoughts, sir?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the only thing I really screamed at you all video for last time was just get in the room.
Yeah.
Right? Like nothing else matters. Get in the room and anything else can happen from there. So you don't know what's going to happen after you get in the room with him, depending on, who's in there. I think we're going to get to that. There's one player that I'd be shocked if he wasn't in that room. But yeah, I mean, that needs to be the Phillies' goal is to get into that room. And it seems like they're going to do it. There was a report this morning from Mark Feinsand that there is another mystery team that has already spoken with Soto. There's been 4 teams so far that have already had a meeting with him. The Blue Jays, the Red Sox, the Mets, and the Yankees. I believe the Dodgers are meeting with him today, if not tomorrow. So I would assume the Phillies probably aren't that mystery team that already met. But it seems to me like there's 6-ish teams right now. That's kind of where this all stands. So those 4 named, you have the mystery team makes 5, the Phillies would make 6. And they did mention the Giants and the Rays. I definitely think the Giants will have a meeting. I don't think there's a chance in heck he goes to the Tampa Bay Rays and their
mystery stadium
and that entire situation right now. So I would say right now we're probably between like 6 to 7 teams for Soto.
Okay. That's not the worst place to be in the world, I would say. And as I kind of reinforced the last time we spoke about this, I think it's a great thing just to be in the mix, to have your name mentioned with the top free agents. We know who Juan Soto or what he can bring to the field as far as an on-field talent, coming off a 41 home run, 109 RBI season that he did have, looking like arguably the best player on the Yankees for a good portion of the season and certainly for stretches of the postseason. And we also know about the pipeline from the Washington Nationals to these Philadelphia Phillies team that I will note that Juan Soto follows 27 people on Instagram that are part of the Phillies organization. That's right. We are at this stage. Yeah, we are at this stage of the offseason. We also, I love to reference this picture right here that just looks right with Bryce Harper, with Trey Turner, and with Juan Soto. So, Luke, I ask you, has your level of optimism changed? I do feel like the Phillies have looked like kind of on the outside looking in for this. Do you think there's more of a chance than you originally did?
Yeah, I absolutely do. I think once again, the first thing we said was you don't have a chance until you get in the room.
Yep.
And now that they're so going to get in or potentially have already gotten in, I don't believe that's the case. I don't think that they are that mystery team because that does happen sometimes. It does come out where the teams have already met with the player and you really don't even know about it. But I don't really think that's the case right now. Optimism has definitely gone up.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's gone through the roof because I still think there's a lot of good teams with a lot of money that's in the hunt. The Dodgers, I think we know the Dodgers are just going to forever spend as much money as they want.
Yep.
The Blue Jays, I think, have a little better chance than people think, although I don't think he's going to go probably to Toronto. I think, them sort of being not necessarily on the West Coast, I think will help them because it seems like his best chance is probably going to be an East Coast team. The Red Sox, I think, are a sneaky team, although I think they'll go more big in the pitching market. So if that's the case, I think the Phillies have a better chance than I would say we think. I truly think it's going to come down to us, the Dodgers, the Yankees, and the Mets. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And honestly, I still think the Dodgers are going to end up on the outside looking in. And I think it's probably between the 2 New York teams, the 2 front runners, and probably the Phillies is the 3rd team in the race would be my guess there. But who knows? Now, let's talk a little bit of money here. So I've seen a couple different conflicting reports on what the number figures are looking like. I did see this saying that the Mets Steve Cohen is willing to pay $50 million over other contract offers. I saw $660 million floating out there. What are you seeing in terms of the range that this contract is going to look like?
Yeah, I think it's going to be pushing 7. I really do. I don't think this contract will be any lower than 650. And I don't buy into these Steve Cohen. Like, I don't buy a ton into that.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to see an offer and say, I'll give you $50 million more. I think he's going to make the best offer for his team. Obviously, I think he's going to probably throw a good amount of money off there, but I don't think he's just going to start throwing darts of money at the dude. I think they're going to make their offer. If Juan Soto says no, I can't imagine he's just going to go say, here, I'll give you $100 million more, or I'll give you $50 million more. I think these teams are going to make their offer. Hopefully, the Phillies go into this meeting and throw an offer down on the table right there. I honest to God, I think that might be one of the best case scenarios. And even if they go high, if they go into this meeting and say, hey, I'll give you 10 years, $675 million right now, that's a great starting point for him, because if the Phillies did that, I guarantee you, if he didn't sign here, the contract would be over $700 million.
Yeah, and we've seen the reports of them willing to go above all the luxury tax stuff for the right player. Juan Soto is about as pristine of an option as you can kind of have for this conversation. Now, Luke, I'm going to throw you on the spot a little bit here. You, in this situation, will make you Dave Dombrowski. What is your pitch to Juan Soto? He walks in this room. Who do you have with you, and what are you saying outside of just obviously the money that is a significant part of this?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's in the room, I think should be John Middleton, Dave Dombrowski, Mattingly, Rob Thomson. And if players, if they have an interest in bringing players in, I would love to put Bryce Harper in the room. I don't think Bryce Harper needs to lead the meeting. I don't need Bryce sitting there, saying, I'll give you this, we'll give you this. No, that's not his job. But I want Bryce to remind Soto that, one, how much history he has already with so many players on this team. I think it would be an easy sort of transition for Soto. I think he knows a ton of guys on this team. And I really think Bryce Harper just needs to buy into this winning aspect and really talk about the city that he's coming to play for. It's unlike anything else he could possibly go. Phillies fans would fall in love with Juan Soto the day opening day starts. His first at bat, they would love every single thing about him. And I think Juan Soto needs to realize that if you take the Dodgers out of this, right? Because if the Dodgers made him the same offer and he says, who is the better team? Who do I have the best chance? I think the Dodgers would probably outweigh the Phillies right now. But based off of everybody else, if Juan Soto wants to win and the contracts are the exact same, I think Philadelphia is the choice. Like, I really do. And that's sort of the unbiased in me, truly. Like, I think the Phillies going in the next season will have a better roster than the Mets. I think the Phillies next season will have a better roster than the Yankees and the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, right? The Dodgers are really the kicker. So if you lose the Dodgers out of these sweepstakes, I think there's a better shot than people think. I just truly think that if you put every single contract at the exact same dollar amount and you said, you pick the team, you pick where you want to go to win, I genuinely think Philadelphia gives him the best choice with the roster.
All right. I love to hear that. That did fire me up a little bit there. I won't lie. There still is the voice in the back of my mind saying he will not leave New York or stay in those pinstripes, however you want to put it, that I do think it's more likely than not that he returns to the Yankees. But like you said, you got to get in the room. You got to have a chance, and it's better to be rejected than wonder what if. That was kind of our message here last time. So shoot or shoot. Let's hear it for the Phillies. Very happy they're at least getting in the building, having some sort of meeting here, and we will see how things go from here. So let us know what you guys think in the comments. Has your level of optimism increased for Juan Soto's potential coming to Philadelphia? Do you think there's a chance that it's going to happen, and what would your predicted dollar figure be? So let it rip in the comments. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in as always. Make sure you're smashing that subscribe button if you have not already. Drop a like on this video. Me and Luke will be back talking to you next time. Peace.